My name's Whiteley from National Enterprise Network. We're a membership body for enterprise support organisations, so that's businesses who themselves are helping people setting up and running their own firms. Each year our members help about 80,000 clients. Roughly that's 55% of people who are interested in starting a business and 45% who are already running one. If I was advising somebody looking to start their own business, I would be asking them to have a really clear plan of what the business is going to do, what it needs any money for, is it equipment, is it working capital, and also have a really good understanding of how much potential there is in the business in order to ensure that the money can be paid back. If I'm advising somebody who's got a scale-up potential, some of the things you're looking at are exactly the same as you would in a startup. Some of the things are different. You still need a really clear plan of what you need the money for, what you're going to do with it, whether it's to buy machinery or equipment or whatever. But actually your range of options for financing are different. You've probably got a greater range of options. So again, there's a bit more work goes into understanding what those different range of options and which ones are right at that particular time. The information available to people looking for finance, either for starting or for expanding a business, has changed over time. In some respects, actually, it's harder to get hold of the information these days because there's a plethora of different places you can find it. And because there are a wider range of finance options available as well, sometimes it's more difficult. And that's where the Business Finance Guide has come in really handy, because when we're advising people looking to start their own business, there's somewhere you can go that's got all of those options in, and it's easy to understand and easy to explain to the client. Currently, the situation with bank lending is a bit mixed. The banks are saying that they are available to lend, they have got money and they want to lend to small businesses, but many small businesses are telling us that that's not necessarily the case. Now, the banks would say that small businesses aren't asking for the money, but actually our experience is small businesses often don't ask for the money because they don't think they're going to get it in the first place. Access to finance as far as startups is concerned actually is much better at the moment. If you look back a few years, it was much harder for a startup to get their hands on startup financing. Banks were often quite reluctant to lend. The business didn't have a track record, usually they don't have much behind them by way of security, and the banks were really not very prepared to take risks in that regard. But actually with the advent of startup loans, that's made it a completely different picture. So there is now financing available for a lot of the businesses our members are helping, where they're looking to start up. There is really good access to lending for them. When looking at finance options, we think that the Business Finance Guide is a really good place to go. It's got everything laid out really clearly. It's really well written so that you can understand it. It makes some really clear points about the wide range of different financing options at different points in a business life, for different circumstances, whether it's scale-up, growth, expansion, international trade, etc. And our advisors are using it quite extensively, either sometimes using the hard copy guide and sometimes using the interactive elements actually whilst they're sat with a client.